guess you go back to Baltimore. Baltimore. We're on our way to Baltimore. Baltimore.
Is that how they're doing things in Baltimore these days?
Baltimore then? Yes, me too. Greatest city on the earth.
Good morning, and thank you all for being here. I am Bill Cole, the President and CEO of the Baltimore Development Corporation, and it is my privilege and honor to lead this brief ceremony this morning on what I believe is an incredible moment in Baltimore's history where we have all come together and worked in collaborative fashion to ensure that Baltimore puts its best foot forward in luring Amazon's headquarters to right here in the city of Baltimore at Port Covington. This process started on a September morning when my cell phone beeped, and I looked at it and saw that Amazon had released, I think it was at 6 a.m., a RFP for a new location for its headquarters to location. I immediately heard from our mayor, who said rather directly, I want you to do everything possible to make sure we can compete. Make this your priority. She may have been a little bit more direct than that, and perhaps a bit more colorful, but she wanted Baltimore to get in the game. Within 2 hours, I had been on the phone with Tom Geddes and with Mark Weller, and we started discussing the possibilities and the potential for Port Covington. And thanks to the amazing team and dozens of partners, we are absolutely in the game. I will recognize those partners and collaborators shortly, but I first want to turn to the person who told me 5 weeks ago that Baltimore absolutely needed to shine. She's a hands-on executive and the mayor of the great city of Baltimore. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mayor Catherine Pugh.
Let's give Bill Cole another round of applause. He absolutely deserves it. In terms of collaboration and pulling folks together, let me take a moment to acknowledge the President of the City Council, Jack Young, for being here with us, a great partner for the Baltimore City, and as well as our Comptroller, Joan Pratt, who's always there for us as well. I see also Councilman Costello is here. Thank you for all the work that you do. And Senator Barbara Robinson, thank you for joining us. Mark, I know you won't be able to hobble up here, but we want to thank you as well. I'm very excited. We also have with us, and you'll hear from a little bit later, Kiefer Mitchell, Special Advisor to the Governor. We also have Marcus Stevens, the Executive Creative Director for Plank Industries. So many people have come together and collaborated for this exciting moment in our time for the city of Baltimore. Baltimore City's Mayor's Office and all of our executives, I see Jim and Peter here. The Baltimore Development Corporation, just a wonderful and great job. Sagamore, I can't thank you enough in terms of your creative ability to make this project shine for us. I can't say enough about Bill Cole or the Baltimore Office of Promotions and the Arts, the Maryland Department of Commerce, who really gave us a lot of help along the way, the Governor's Office, the Economic Alliance of Greater Baltimore, and of course our Greater Baltimore Committee that I lean on all the time. Live Baltimore, thank you so much. You really help us out all the time. Johns Hopkins University, the University of Maryland System, FTI Consulting, and I cannot tell you, so many people have engaged in this process because we are excited. Are we not excited about bringing Amazon here? Let me just say, based on the requirements of the Amazon RFP, Baltimore City's Port Covington site is the ideal fit. Baltimore City and the surrounding counties, as you well know, are home to about 2.8 million people, so we know we fit that bill. Accessibility is a key component of the Port Covington site. It is easily accessible via the highway, rail, and the airport. As you well know, we're bisected by I-95. Port Covington is approximately 10 minutes from our own International Thurgood Marshall Airport, and 10 minutes from the Northeast Region Amtrak line that runs up and down the East Coast, and that could not be more exciting for any executive who wants to be in the right place. And let me just say, this city is home to numerous renowned colleges and institutions, including Johns Hopkins University, the University of Maryland's, all of its professional schools are right here, Morgan State University, Loyola, Notre Dame, and Coppin. It just doesn't get better than that. You're talking about being able to build and secure talent. We've got it in this city. What makes this location unique is Port Covington is 235 acres, shovel-ready site that can easily accommodate the 8 million square feet of vertical construction as stated in the RFP. And guess what? They don't have to go through any zoning process. It's already available for you right now, Amazon. And this is just part of what we think is the attributes of this particular location. We've got some talented companies, I won't name them, that are already here, but we know that when Amazon sees this site, there's no other place that they'd want to choose. Baltimore is affordable. It has a relatively low cost of living with an array of housing opportunities here. I think about the beautiful row homes that exist in our communities, as well as the single-family neighborhoods. I always say this to visit Baltimore. Baltimore is just not row houses, and you all have to remember that. We have single-family homes here. We have a condominium community. We have great apartment living lifestyles right here in our city. And let me just remind you all, the millennials say that Baltimore is one of the coolest places to live. Not to mention we have a great arts and culture and entertainment scene and a vibrant startup community, and we've got all kinds of teams to cheer for, whether you like university and college football and basketball, or you want to look at a professional team. It's right here in Baltimore. Just as Port Covington was touted as a transformational project for Baltimore, Amazon's locating its HQ2 here would have a transformative effect on not just Baltimore, but the entire state of Maryland. The proposal was truly, believe me, a true collaborative effort and process. Just days after the announcement, and Bill is exactly right, not only was I getting tweets and Facebooking and talking to people as early as 4 o'clock in the morning, Bill, you got the call around 6 a.m. And so when he and I had a conversation, we said to each other, we will put our best foot forward. And I just cannot say enough about the efforts of the Baltimore Development Corporation through Bill, how much we've worked together, and this was just such a wonderful collaborative effort. These partners really helped pull together the various types of data and information required by the RFP to ensure that Baltimore's proposal would be not only responsive, but complete as possible. So Baltimore, Port Covington, for Amazon HQ2, this is the place. Baltimore.
Madam Mayor, thank you very much. We received strong support from the region's political leaders, and I will acknowledge some later, but none stronger than Governor Larry Hogan. He clearly recognized early in the process the potential of the Port Covington site and the potential impact it could have on the entire region. To say a few words on behalf of Governor Hogan is the governor's special advisor and my friend, Kiefer Mitchell.
Good morning. This is an exciting moment. I am a resident of Baltimore City. I'm a resident of 21217 zip code, the zip code of Freddie Gray. Madam Mayor, thank you. On behalf of Governor Hogan, as the governor has said, this project is not only transformative for the city of Baltimore, but is transformative for the entire state. On behalf of the governor, I'd like to thank our Secretary of Commerce, Mike Gill, and his team, Allison Mayer, Brady Walker, Steve Pennington, working tirelessly with Mark Weller and his team, Marcus, for the many hours of meetings and phone calls and conference calls trying to put together a wonderful excellent package. And as the mayor said, this will be a package that we'll all be proud of. The governor wanted daily updates on this proposal. The governor has said for the other sites around Maryland that he's willing to work with all of those also. But this project, bringing Amazon to our city, to our region, will be transformative. Thank you, Madam Mayor. Thank you to your team and to my former colleagues in city government. Port Covington has all the ingredients necessary to bring this project here. All the ingredients are right here. Let's get it done. Let's get it delivered. And in, I guess, a year from now, we'll be celebrating and cutting a ribbon with this great headquarters, bringing 50,000 jobs to our city and our region. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kiefer. My last introduction is somebody who is often found working in the background. He happens to be one of the most creative people I've ever met, and he found a way to tell why Baltimore in a story in a way that we never imagined. He knew we needed a response that showed Baltimore's unique charm and grit, but also a document that had all the facts required in the RFP. It is my privilege to introduce the Executive Creative Director at Plank Industries and a Baltimore creative genius, Marcus Stevens.
Wow. So I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you, Madam Mayor. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Kiefer. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, everyone. Baltimore, wow, we're a city on the rise, right? I mean, look at this. The momentum is here, the energy is here, the creativity is here, and the entrepreneurial spirit is right here. For Amazon, we have a strategic East Coast location. We have uniquely talented, diverse, and innovative tech-focused workforce. We're in an area with a lower cost of living than most urban areas and coastal areas, with a world-class multimodal transit system. Plus, we have a site that's shovel-ready, as Madam Mayor mentioned, with urban, flexible acreage, with millions of available square footage on walkable, bikeable waterfront peninsula. So that's exciting. With a tech-forward infrastructure that will allow for a corporate campus to thrive in the heart of a great American city, Baltimore presents more than any other city an authentic opportunity for Amazon to make genuine, impactful change. Look around. This place was an empty garage a few years ago, right? The momentum is here. Where else can Amazon find this? Where else can Amazon find this momentum? Only one place, and that's Baltimore City's Port Covington. In Port Covington, like in Amazon's current HQ in South Lake Union area of Seattle, we are transforming a previously underutilized industrial land into a state-of-the-art makerspace, tech incubators, workforce development programs, high-performance office space, running trails, biking trails, premier restaurants, if you guys have obliged the restaurants, educational opportunities, and let's not forget the rebirth of locally made rye whiskey. That's important. The momentum is here, right? Innovative technology, environmental protection, flexible design, and matter of right zoning will allow Amazon to build a 21st century corporate campus from the ground up. Designed as a model for the urban live, work, play community, Port Covington can be next chapter in Amazon's growth as we celebrate and create opportunity and jobs together. It's been an honor to work on this response to this RFP, bringing together the best and brightest and most creative talent here in Baltimore to tell a great story of Baltimore. I want to thank you to everyone in the room for all the work that went into it, and we're really proud of the package that we're delivering. Amazon, come home to Baltimore. We're ready for you here. This must be the place. Thank you.
Mayor acknowledged a number of people, but I want to go through a list, and the problem when you do this is you're going to miss people, and for that I apologize, but I want everybody to understand the breadth and depth of the talent that we assembled in order to make this response happen. So I'm just going to run through the thank yous. Mayor Pugh, Jim Smith, and everybody in city government obviously couldn't have done it without them. Council President Young and your team, Governor Larry Hogan and his State House team, Mike Gill and the Maryland Department of Commerce, Tom Geddes. Tom couldn't be with us this morning, but Tom and the entire team at Plank Industries, Mark Weller, Steve Siegel, and the entire team at Sagamore Development, Elizabeth Alexander and her team at FTI, Patrick Terranova, Susan Yum, and my entire team at BDC, and a special thanks to Kim Clark for making certain that everything kept moving back at the office the last month. Marcus Stevens and his creative team at Plank Industries, Don Fry and his team at the Greater Baltimore Committee, Shannon Landwehr from the Economic Alliance Greater Baltimore, Chancellor Corrett and Tom Sadowski from the University System of Maryland, Senator Bill Ferguson, Councilman Eric Costello, Councilman Ed Reisinger, President Ron Daniels, Christy Weiskell, and Elizabeth Smythe from Johns Hopkins University, Bill Gilmore and his team from the Baltimore Office of Promotion in the Arts, Annie Milley and her folks from Live Baltimore, Al Hutchinson and the entire group at Visit Baltimore, and the more than 100 businesses, cultural and civic leaders for their unique and persuasive letters of support. Thanks to the entire region, I truly believe that Baltimore is in the game. So thank you all very much. Madam Mayor, if we could have you please sign and ask everybody in the front row here to come up behind us for the signature.
Bill, we're going to actually move.
Oh, we're going to move the podium here.
1 second, Madam Mayor.
Sorry.
Thank you.
We're going to have the mayor sign.